We will discuss now dust hazard and solution. Do remember that dust can create also fire and explosion. Um, so that we'll be discussing here. So we need the um, yeah, we need the fuel. Okay, we need the ignition. Then we need a confinement and dispersion. All things need to be there for a dust to be working as the explosion. So finely divided combustible solids are hazardous as they can cause flash fires or combustion explosion when suspended in air. The quantity of non-combustible impurities in dust, energy of ignition source, concentration of combustible dust, available oxygen and dust particle size determine dust will ignite. So these are different things that is needed for a dust to ignite. These occur in a series. Initial explosion is small and localized path, continuous housekeeping requiring continuous dust collection at the source. So ultimately we are looking on the problem side, explosion or flash fire, whereas the solution is confined dust, proper and routine housekeeping, proper class 2 electrical equipment, explosion relief venting, explosion resistance and fire suppression. Dust should never be removed by blowing it down. So do not try to do that. Bituminous coal has a dust cloud ignition temperature of 1130 degree Fahrenheit, 610 degree centigrade, and a minimum of 30 millijoules of energy is needed for ignition. So these all things needed for bituminous coal to act like an explosion. Weather tight electrical equipment may exclude infiltration of dust into the equipment. However, surface temperature may build up to the ignition point. All equipment should be bonded and grounded to control static electricity. Also, magnetic separator should be provided to prevent trapped metal from entering crushers and pulverizers. And dust handling or producing equipment should be located outdoor if possible according to NFPA 68. So if something make the equipment in a way which is open, so it will go to the open environment rather you confining somewhere. Hazardous location for electrical equipment, that is the next discussion we have. Okay, you have class 1, 2 and 3, three different type of location for electrical equipment we will be discussing here. So class 1 location are those in which flammable gases or vapor from flammable liquid are or may be present in the air in quantities sufficient to produce ignition mixtures. Whereas in class 2, which is locations are those that are hazardous because of the presence of combustible dust, and class 3, which is location are those that are hazardous because of the presence of easily ignitable fiber or flying particle that are not likely to be suspended in air in quantities sufficient to produce ignitable mixtures. So you are seeing different type of location for electrical equipment, and eventually we'll try to see a table for all these three different type of locations.